Welcome to Local Edition. I'm Bella Shaw. The Oxnard Firefighters Association has formed a new foundation, and Captain Alex Hamilton joins us to tell us how it will benefit the community. Good to see you, Captain.
Thank you so much for having me on.
Let's start with water safety. Now, you would think that wouldn't be under the purview of the fire department. Why will this foundation help in that area?
Yeah, we actually, Oxnard has a really unique situation where our firefighters respond to the beaches for emergencies because there's no lifeguards on our beaches. And so we've been using our name to be able to promote water safety messages. And so we've been doing a lot already before we established our foundation to try and educate the public on the dangers of the ocean and making smart choices when they go to the beach.
It's very dangerous, isn't it? It's deceiving. What
It
looks
can
like
be.
shallow water and...
Yeah, there is, Oxnard has it's relatively unique where as the waves break, the water needs to go out somewhere, and so it forms channels. And so these channels can get quite deep, and so you can be walking into the water in only ankle deep water and take one more step and all of a sudden it's 4 or 5 feet deep. And so that can really catch people unawares. So that's where we have been trying to educate the public to try and keep them safe and really working the prevention side of these things. If we don't have to respond to an emergency, it's better for everybody.
Sure, and a lot of these people don't know how to swim. Let's talk about fire safety and smoke detectors. People get a little lax, maybe their battery is dead, but they don't replace it, and they don't have any smoke detectors that work.
Yes, and that's been an increasing problem within our city. We are continuing to go on structure fires where there's no working smoke detector in the home. And we've been incredibly lucky just this year, just last week in fact, where there was a family that was displaced by a structure fire and they did not have working smoke detectors. And so one of the things that we're going to be looking at doing is expanding that program to distribute and install smoke detectors in homes. And the newer smoke detectors now actually have a 10-year battery, and so it's a long life battery so that we can get away a little bit from having to remind people every 6 months or every 12 months to replace that battery. And so that's one of the things we'd like to see is people to install these long life smoke detectors, and so that they don't need to be replaced quite as often. What
about carbon monoxide detectors? Is that something you address, or?
That is, and the law changed at the beginning of 2013 to require carbon monoxide detectors as well. And one of the things that we have been doing is installing smoke and carbon monoxide detectors at the same time. And just 2 weeks ago, I was actually on a call the other day where a carbon monoxide alarm saved somebody's life. She tried the heater for the first time in a couple of years, and the carbon monoxide alarm went off, and we went out there, and there was definitely lethal doses of carbon monoxide in our home.
That's interesting, because just because the law went into effect doesn't necessarily mean that people comply.
No, but it is a step in the right direction, and increasingly we'll see more and more of those carbon monoxide alarms in homes.
So this is a foundation. You applied for a grant. This is all a nonprofit. And
yes.
It's covering some areas that you saw a need for that the fire department wasn't able to address.
Yeah, the Oxnard Firefighters Association saw we were in a unique place to be able to help in areas of the community that weren't being addressed in other areas, kind of the areas that slip through the cracks, if you will. And so we established the foundation because it allowed us to apply for a lot more grants, and then it also allowed us to accept tax-deductible donations for some of the fundraising that we've been doing. So one of the programs that we are looking at trying to establish in concert with having a water safety education program is to actually try and establish a swim program and teach low-income children how to swim.
And look for you on social media, right? Just
yes,
search you.
Oxnard
You're all over the
Firefighters.
place.
We're on Facebook and Twitter, and you'll
Thank
be
you
able
so
to track
much,
us
Alex.
down.
Captain Alex Hamilton. This has been Local Edition. I'm Bella Shaw.